Hello, it's Rashida J here, and I am coming on here to talk about something, and really more about me and what I've been going through, and kind of hope it help others. So I started my business. I was offline, successful. I decided, you know what, it's time to move online. That's the way everything is, and so I was very clear in what I wanted to do with my business and how I wanted to help people and the kind of like the path I wanted to take. And I was like, I suck at writing, so I'm going to YouTube and I'm going to go that path. And then I decided I need a website, so I'm going to get a website. And then all of a sudden I got really involved in this online world and community and e-courses and blogging and tips and 6 ways that I made 6 figures in 14 days or something like that. And then without me realizing it, I totally start trying to mimic other people's paths to success. And I think what really happens is we see all these blog posts and we see all these e-courses, and it's like how I got 100,000 Pinterest followers in 2 days, and they give you step by step of how they did it, and then you try to mimic their steps. And that's like the culture that's really been created. Blog posts on how my business earned me 6 figures in 2015. And it's step by step what they did. And so then you try to mimic these steps and recreate this formula. And I think that those courses are good. I have taken some of them because they are helpful at giving you ideas. But I think that while they put in the title how I did it, as to not to mislead you, right? They say, I'm not saying you can do it, this is how I did it. It still does give you this type of thing, like this is the formula to do it. And then we all start doing the same thing. And so then we create this environment where everybody is doing the exact same thing. Literally, I see some of the stuff that I'm implementing to get more Instagram followers. I can tell the people who are doing the exact same thing I'm doing. And it's crazy to believe that we are going to all be successful based on something else that somebody else did. And that we are all going to somehow get this magical formula that this big blogger got, and we're going to copy it, and bam, we're going to do it. And it's just not that simple. And I think online has created a world of where people literally think you can become 6 figures overnight by designing an awesome e-course, or that you can, all you have to do is get an email list, and if you get that email list, anything you put out there, people are going to buy. And I really got caught up in that without even realizing it. That's what's crazy. I just recently had to take a step back into what I was doing with my business to really look at what happened, where do I want to go? Like, how did I get from wanting to help people in this area to I'm way over here and I have to have these e-courses and I have to have all these followers and I'm investing all these money in the latest, greatest course that's coming out. And I I'm on so many email lists. It's actually driving me crazy. Because I wanted everybody free opt-in, right? Like, I got in a frenzy and I wanted everybody free opt-in. So I'm on all these email lists, and then I feel this pressure to constantly create these new opt-ins. And it's like, what happened? I did start stepping back and really looking, getting back to who I am, and figuring out how to make that successful. And so that kind of started a couple of weeks ago. And then, so this weekend I've been on a Gary V binge on YouTube. I love Gary V. I follow his podcast. I love him because he's so honest. And he really said, this was really what got me. I'm not a life coach, but he said that, you have 21-year-old people who are starting life coaching businesses, but they haven't lived life. And it's like, you have to live your truth, point blank, period. If you're not living your truth, then it's not going to come off as sincere. It's not going to work. It's just going to be, basically, it's not going to work. It's going to be, unsuccessful. And then that's when it made sense. It was like, the reason I even started this business, I want to share my truth. And I have been through various phases of trying to really hone in on what works. And I realized all of those phases was based off somebody else, because I, and most of us are literally trying to mimic and really live somebody else's truth. Yes, there are bloggers who have courses that they made 6 figures in 14 days, or 6 figures in the year. I don't know. But to buy their course based on their formula is crazy. It's crazy. And yes, there are general things that we have to do. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. And yes, some of these courses will get you results. I mean, I've taken some great courses, but we really have to start thinking for ourselves. And that's what it is. Like, what will work for me? So more using these courses as like resources and research and tips and tricks, but really implementing a plan that will work for us. And I think that's what happens a lot of these courses. It's like, this is the plan. This is what I did. You follow this plan, and hopefully you'll see the results. And we blindly follow these plans instead of saying, okay, this is what they did. It worked for them. Now, what parts can I apply to myself? What can I not apply? What can I, how can I change it? What can I add? Will this work for my business? You know, it's just, we don't do that. We just try to copy and try to mimic and try to regurgitate, and then create these unrealistic expectations that because now I have this course and they made $14,000 or six figures, I'm going to do the same. A lot of us, including myself, once we go online, we want to do it immediately. Okay, I need to start making money. And like the whole blogging, YouTube, a lot of those very successful people started when it was just coming up and worked their way to what it is now. There are people who just skyrocket. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But that's like the small percentage. Just like, you know, a lot of success stories are small percentages. Like Michael Jordan is a small percentage. Kobe Bryant. There are tons of people who play basketball who are not going to ever get to Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant level. That is just the utmost fact. But there are tons of people who play basketball who are very successful, who are very happy, who have made a living doing what they love to do. And so while you always strive to do that, we also have to be realistic. I am all about being optimistic. I'm optimistic. I have huge goals, but I'm also laced in reality and what I consider is realistic. And I think when I came online, a lot of hype quickly penetrated me, and it was like boom. It was like flashing lights of Vegas. I've always been online for personal, but I really decided to really up my online presence for my business. Like, I always had my business online and stuff like that, but I really decided to up my online presence and try to, you know, do this business thing, info products, all that stuff. Make money while you sleep, because, you know, great email list. And so when I got here, it was like Vegas and flashing lights. Like, oh, you can do this and you can do that. Yay. And it's true, but they're selling. They're selling. Like, I'm not trying to put down any course, but they are selling to us. And therefore, you're going to present the most catchiest title, the best benefits you possibly can present, all that stuff, so that you can buy their course. And they're selling you, I don't want to say a dream, because it can happen, but they're selling you the highest level of success, you know, that there can be. And everybody's not going to reach their level. And everybody's not going to reach their level based on that formula. And that includes myself. So I've had to step back and really say, okay, Rashida, what works for you, and making it work, and be authentic to who you are. And that's where I am. So I just wanted to come on here, you know, and give inspiration, and really just more of a reality check that your path is not somebody else's path. I don't care how many e-courses you buy. I don't care how many blog posts you read. I don't care how many podcasts you listen to. I don't care how many email lists you subscribe to. Your path is not going to directly mimic somebody else's path to success. And what you have to do is step back and use that as resources and talking points, but to step back and create a path that is just for you, that is genuine, because you have to live in your truth. If you have not successfully created a business, how are you going to be a business coach? Teach what you know. Like, if I was trying to tell people, oh, okay, how to sell an e-course, get six figures, and that's my e-course. I have not sold an e-course that got six figures. Like, real talk, how am I going to teach somebody how to get six figures on an e-course when I haven't even figured it out myself? So, and I think people realize that. People know the genuineness. There's so much information out there, and a true way to stand out is to be you. And that is what I have for today. Be looking for me. More to come. At daredreamertv is where I'm at everywhere. So I'll be seeing you more, and you'll be seeing me more. And until next time, bye-bye.